Welcome back to the channel, guys, and good Sunday morning. Really quick, if you saw that video that I posted yesterday and it said good Saturday morning, but it was Saturday night, yeah, that's because that video took all day to upload. I have no real explanation why, but it is what it is. So hopefully you're seeing this and it's Sunday morning-ish, something like that. Anyway, so yesterday I talked a little bit about clear coating the Mitsubishi and how it had some bubbles, and I had to try and fix that. So a couple of people commented on that video, and they were 100% correct. So that was not the fault of the clear coat. That was 100% my fault. To break it down a little bit further, so this is the clear coat I use on, unless I'm using the Tamiya TS13, this is what I use. I use this the majority of the time just because it's easier for me to get. But I've had really good luck with this. Whether I've learned to use it correctly or I've adapted myself to the product, I'm not sure how it goes or why it works, but it does. So this is the clear coat I use, and usually 99% of the time, the only problem I have is dust, which is a problem that everybody has from time to time. So what happened yesterday, or the day before, I should say, is it was late, I was tired, and I didn't give my coats enough time to gas out properly in between. It will happen with paint as well. What it is those little bubbles is called solvent pop. So if usually I give my coats 10-ish minutes in between to dry or tack up or gas out before I lay another coat on it. And I was pushing it because I was tired and I wanted to get it done, and that's what happens when you're impatient. You end up paying for it in the end. I was able to, so this has been wet sanded and re-clear coated. It's still a little rough. There is still some evidence of the solvent pop right in the crease of this wheel well, right here. And as you can see, I burned through right there. All right, so it is what it is. It's a model car, so it doesn't always go smooth and flawless when I do this stuff. This one will probably end up being what I call, I can't call it a shelf queen. This will be a desk model. This one will be, you know, I'll try and touch up that yellow the best I can, and wet sand this coat of stuff down to smooth it out just a little bit. But then it'll go in a case and it'll sit here with this side, this rough side, facing in. Anyway, but I think I'm able to save it. You know, it won't be a show winner. It won't even be a show attendee, but it's still a fun little build for me. Hey, Blizzard. It's still a fun little build for me because it's a tribute to... can you... Yeah, he's chattering at either birds or leaves outside. Anyway, so that's that. I also thought I would take a chance to show you what I use to do my wet sanding. So I use these, it's a company, I think it's Micro Mark or Micro Polish or something like that. And they sell these hobby grade wet sanding, like pads, not pads, cloths. I've talked about it before. You can get them, so you can get them, they're like cloth. And they're good for wet sanding. 1800 grit is one. I've got, so on the Mitsubishi, I had to go down all the way, which I never do, to 2400. That was scary. Usually I start, if it's a rough paint job, I start with 35, which I did yesterday when I was wet sanding that, but it was quickly evident that the bubbles, the solvent pop, was going to be too much for the 3500 to take care of. So then I dropped myself down to 3200, and then that didn't do it either, and that brought me to 2,400. So, and then I went up. You know, I got 4,000. I've got a 6,000, 8,000, and then the Mac Daddy 12,000. So for me, and I'm not saying this is, you know, this is the way everybody should do it, but for me, if I've got a paint job or a clear coat job that I have to go all the way down past 2,400, I'm stripping it and I'm starting over. Even though there is an 1,800 grit and lower, for me, I'm just going to strip it and start over. But so that's the story on the Mitsubishi. So I was able to pull it back together, and I'm hoping this week I can get it assembled after I do one more round of wet sanding on it. So I got a couple of things yesterday. I went to my club meeting. I was lucky enough to be voted in as club secretary, so that's very exciting for me, starting next month. And then, you know, you guys have been to a meeting with me before. I won this at the club raffle, which is pretty cool. That'll go in the stash pile. But then, when I got home, which I got home pretty late, there was a package waiting for me, which I'm very excited for. This package, so I had one of these kits in my possession. I then won a second one at the Classic Plastic Show raffle. So that meant I had two of these. And I'm like, man, I don't have a use for two of those. So I shot my good friend BG a message and I said, hey, I won one of these. Do you have it? And he said, no. And I said, okay, I'm going to send it to you. And he was like, well, what do you want for it? I said, nothing. Don't worry about it. And he said, no, you got to have something. And then I said, okay, well, maybe let's work out a trade or something like that. And he messaged back a few minutes later. He's like, I have two of these. Would you like one or do you have one? And I was like, oh, I don't have that. That's a nice kit. So my good friend Brian sent me this kit. It arrived yesterday, and I opened it up, and holy cow, is this thing nice. I'm sure you guys have all seen this kit inside, but if you haven't, allow me to just show you some of the coolness, just a little bit of it. So you guys that don't like to do bare metal foil or haven't been happy with the quality of the bare metal foil in the past year or so, raise your hand. That's me. This kit comes with all the trim, window trim, chrome plated. So that's pretty neat. No bare metal foil and no painting. It has, let's see, in here somewhere, I think, I can't remember, where is it? Where is it? I lost it. I lost it. You dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. I thought I put it in the box. Apparently I did not put it in the box. Maybe I did. There it is. Photo etch. So this kit has the photo etch. This is pretty cool. So this is a really nice kit. And I'm excited to have it. So thank you, Brian. I really appreciate it. So that wraps it up for today. I've got something going on today. I am still unable to remember what it is. But I'm hoping that I remember by the time I have to do it. Because that could be bad, I guess, if I'm supposed to do something and I can't remember what it is and then I don't do it, right? So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing again, guys. As always, go check out Mark at Hobby Nut Models. He's got a ton of stuff over there that is worth looking at. So until next time, I'll talk to you again, and I hope the rest of your weekend is a good one. Bye.